Tenki no Ko atau Weathering with You is the latest anime film that was released and directed by Makoto Shinkai. So Makoto Shinkai is a really famous director for producing and directing movies such as Kimi no Na wa, Your Name, The Garden of Words, and 5 cm per second. So now he released a new movie called Weathering with You. Weathering with You is basically a trope that Makoto Shinkai really likes to play, a typical trope where boy meets girl and things happen. So in this plot, the guy, Hodaka, is a runaway. So he ran away from home in hopes that he will get something better, some comfort. Interesting about Weathering with You is the setting of Japan is not like a typical slice of life movie, because this Japan in this world, it rains continuously and it never stops. So he's searching for something, searching for food, and he found shelter and he meets a girl that apparently can control the weather. So the girl name is Hina. So the story revolves around these two individuals, Hodaka and Hina, and how they develop, not just as a character, but how the story develops when you meet certain challenges. Firstly, I would like to comment on the visual. The visual is nothing but amazing. All of Makoto Shinkai's work so far, especially for its time, is nothing but beautiful. If you think that Your Name has a good visual, good animation, then Weathering with You will blow your mind. The drawing of the sky and then the drops of rain, it is just mesmerizing, and this contributes to the feeling of the story when you watch it. Secondly, I would like to comment on the direction. Makoto Shinkai usually uses the same technique when it comes to creating animes, and obviously I wouldn't want to spoil what technique he does, but if you watch all of his previous work, there's certain similarity that you will notice in regards to female and male character. But the execution for Weathering with You is done superbly. In terms of direction, he definitely has improvised it way more, and the story itself has more interaction. So the protagonist actually talks to the girl and face more struggles together. At the end of the story, where they finally, you have to watch it yourself lah kalau macam tu, right? Plot wise, it was actually underwhelming. It wasn't as good or mind-blowing prior to his previous movie, but it is definitely 100% original. It's very authentic. In my anime career, I've invested around 1,000 to 2,000 hours of my life watching animes, and I have seen nothing like the plot. So animation top-notch, character development top-notch, and the theme in the movie is discussed is also very interesting, because the symbolism inside Weathering with You discusses about reflecting the sun and the weather. So the anime discusses how, you know, during the sunny days, people are more happy. You can do more stuff, and raining symbolizes sadness. This story discusses whether your individual interest over collective interest, is it worth it for your own happiness. Music, superb. If you've heard the soundtrack before, the BGM, it hits nicely at every single moment. They managed to appeal our eyes in a way that makes you stuck to the screen. I can go on and on just talking about the visual, but the story complements the visual's tone. The interaction, the dialogue is simple. A lot of people can understand it clearly. Another thing I have to compliment about the movie is the mixture of traditional Japanese stories integrated dengan contemporary Japan. And the ending is definitely gives you closure. So if I were to give a rate, the plot would be 7.5, but everything else is 1,000 over 10. Would I recommend you to watch Weathering with You? Hell yeah.